those two right there, those two,
That's called city water.
so we get our water supply from the city, all right? It's tap water. It comes in, and it comes into these two places. So it comes as cold water and hot water. So the first component we have is our blending valve. This one right here, okay? So our blending valve, what does it do? It's very self-explanatory. That stabilizes our pot of water flow rate by mixing hot and cold water to a constant water temperature. This is our thermostat. This is how we check how much, how many degrees our water is. And it tells you here the ranges. So it has to be between 60 to 85.
Okay.
We are at 80. So
That's good.
We're good, right? Okay. That's our blending valve. Now the city has a rule for us. It's a law. I don't know if it's a law, but it's a rule that we have to, the city doesn't want our water going back to the city. So like, they don't want even though it's just purified water, they don't want it going back. So we have a backflow preventer.
Okay.
All right, it's required by the city for every clinic. So the backflow preventer, that's what it does. Prevents dialysis water from entering the potable water supply. So wherever it's coming from, they don't want it back.
Yes.
All right, that's our backflow preventer. Then we're gonna go over here to our booster pump. Booster pump, like the name says, ensures adequate pressure for dialysis and component regeneration backwash operations. So we need a lot of water for all these things to operate. If it's just a tap, like city water coming in down like a hose, it's not gonna be enough. So this makes sure that we have enough water pressure to go through each component.
Okay.
Because then it's not gonna flow, right? That's why it turns on. Whenever it senses that the water pressure is going down, it turns on.
That's the sound.
Yes. That's a bit. Okay? Next is our brine tank right here. So, contains salt used for softener regeneration. So, this is not being used right now. This is only part of this one. That one. They have this one here. But this is for this one. So, our water softener, before we go into this one, let's discuss this one. Sorry. So the depth filter, I don't know why they put it in the middle. This is supposed to be here. But our depth filter is just like a filter. That's what it says. So it protects downstream components from plugging, fouling by filtering out particles that may be in the tap water supply. So when it comes from tap water, right, there's going to be things in there. There's dirt, sand, even leaves sometimes, right? Everything that's in the whatever where it comes from is gonna come. So we don't want anything clogging up our water supply. So this is one of many filters that we have. This is our first one, and it's supposed to catch the bigger particles. Okay? So the bigger particles come here. Okay? This is what it does. It's a filter. Alright. Our water softener.
Water softener.
So this is for this one. We're not using this one right now. What we need the salt for is when it backwashes the tank, it uses the salt to freshen this up. So remember, I don't know if I told you guys, the hardness of the water. Okay. The hardness of the water. So if the water is hard, what they call it hard, it's because it has a lot of calcium and magnesium.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure you guys use it at home
Yeah,
too.
even the house.
So we use this salt as in the brine tank because this water softener, what it does is remove the hardness, remove the calcium and the magnesium by replacing it with sodium. Okay.
So these bags are sodium.
It's just salt. Yeah. So it protects the RO membrane by removing calcium and magnesium, which is the hardness of the water, ions, and adding sodium ions in their place. So that's all it does. So instead of having the calcium and magnesium molecule attached to the water, it's going to replace those by putting salt. Okay? So, night, so this is working all treatment, right? But at night when it backwashes, since we deplete all the sodium through here, because we're using it constantly through the day, when it's depleted, so at night when it backwashes, so the water runs the other way, right?
Oh.
Backwashes,
And then
we
it
use the
goes
salt
out.
to replenish it.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
So I'll give you a clue, and I know this is a question that it's always been forever and ever. It says in the test, it says how is the calcium and magnesium removed?
Through salt.
By ion exchange.
Oh.
They're exchanging ions, okay? That's just remember that.
Ion exchange.
Backwash.
How
No!
No,
not
don't
that
confuse
one.
it.
Come on.
Iron.
Ion exchange. So it's replacing the calcium and magnesium ions by adding sodium
Okay.
ions. Are you guys gonna get it right? If not, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
I'm gonna listen to your voice every day.
It's gonna be Jen's fault. Alright, so this is our water softener. So, like I said, the RO can remove the hardness from the water.
Can?
But it can. It does.
Oh, the RO.
The RO. But we have this instead of replacing the filters with the water, the RO every time, they get hard, that's why we have this. So, like I said, it protects the RO membrane by removing the calcium and magnesium part. Okay? So we do it before it gets to the RO.
Okay.
Hot in here? Alright. Alright, if you guys can see these timers up here, there's
Yeah.
timers for the tank. So remember I said that they backwash, right? Sorry, Dom. Oh,
Beep beep.
hold on. Careful. Alright. So these timers, they show us when they time when the tanks are gonna go into backwash, okay? So they have a schedule here. This one backwashes, the deck filter backwashes on Sundays, the circle, at 8 p.m. Okay? So we have a timer to make sure that it backwashes at that, right? But when we come in, so for example, me that I open every day, I have to come in and check to make sure that these clocks are on the right time and on the right date. Because let's say it stopped on the Sunday night before it backwashed, and then I come in morning and then it starts working again. It didn't backwash on Sunday, right? But guess what? It's gonna backwash while we're on the treatment floor. And if that happens, we can't treat anybody.
Oh,
Yeah, so we have to make sure that these are always right. So this is the time. It says AM, PM. So right now it is about 10:30. So it's between 10 and 11, and it's on the AM side, right? And then these are the days of the week. So 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So today is Saturday, right? So it's on 6. The red arrow is 26. And
What
then
what
this
number is
white
7?
arrow, huh?
What number is Sunday? 7?
7.
So that's when you.
So tomorrow,
Yeah.
7, it'll backwash. It automatically backwashes. That's for this one. This one backwashes Monday through Saturday,
Wow.
except for Sunday. So Monday through Saturday, because remember the hardness, it's we deplete the sodium from here, so it has to backwash every night.
Oh, that's when you're not here
So it
anymore.
backwashes at 1 a.m.
Okay.
So we check the clock, same thing, to see if it's. So that's what the opener comes in the morning and checks every clock, checks that to make sure that our gauges are working properly. So the gauges are used to measure delta pressure. You guys know what delta pressure is?
The sun.
No.
Changing pressure.
The changing pressure and the sun.
The change, yeah, it's just the changes of pressure. So how you measure the delta pressure from these is that you minus this number from this gauge to this number, and whatever is your result from that minus is your delta pressure.
Okay.
Okay?
What do you use that information for?
To record, to make sure that our tanks are working properly.
Okay.
So we measure our opener log. It tells us to fill in how much is the delta pressure between each component.
Okay.
Because the biomeds base their results off of this. So for example here, what's it say? normally it says on but sometimes, okay, here, that's perfect. Normally it has the range. If it's not written here, it's
Okay.
written in our log. So for example, it tells me, oh, how much is the delta pressure between gauge 4 and 5? And then I enter the number, and then it tells you the right amount should be less than 15.
So that's the
Less than
difference,
whatever.
right? You get the difference of the two.
The difference.
And then the standard is set in your logbook, whatever is there.
And that's more normally clinic specific. So
Okay.
your clinic has their own log, and then they tell you what the ranges should be.
Okay.
So water softener, everybody knows what it does. What it does.
To make the
To take out the calcium and the magnesium.
Yes, so it makes the water less hard, right? That's what
Yes.
they call hardness. By removing calcium and magnesium and adding ions of sodium.
rich
Sodium.
people water.
So we do this by
Ion exchange.
Yay!
Iron.
Ion exchange,
Ion.
not iron. All
Ion.
right. Next up is one of the most important things, along with this one. This is our primary carbon filter. Okay? You guys know what a carbon filter does?
The filter.
So this removes chlorine and chloramine.
Chlorine and
So total chlorine. Any chlorine in the water is absorbed by the carbon filter. Okay? So it says it protects patients, importantly, patients and RO membranes by removing chlorine and chloramine. Okay? So chlorine and chloramine is just total chlorine.
Okay.
Like I said, tap water has chlorine.
Yeah.
The city adds the chlorine, to prevent the buildup of bacteria and everything. But we can't let chlorine get to our patients.
That's
If
fatal.
our patients, their bloodstream is exposed to chlorine, what do you think is going to happen?
We're gonna
What
have,
happens to the red blood cells?
it's
It
gonna
hemolysis.
Yeah,
hemolysis.
it's hemolysis. Yeah, so hemolysis, that's what it's called. So
Yeah.
when the blood is exposed to chlorine and chloramine, that's what it causes, the rupturing of the red blood cells. Okay? So do we want that for our patients?
No.
No, right? They're gonna die. So it's so important that we have a primary and we have a secondary. Okay, we make sure we have a lot of protection, right? So here, at the beginning of the day when you open, and after that every 4 hours, or at the beginning of every shift, we check the water.
Okay.
We come and check the water because we want to make sure that our carbon tank is working, right? So we come, a PCC can come, but it has to be the result has to be verified by an RN, okay? So the PCC can come and do the check, but we have to demonstrate to the RN that our result is accurate, okay? I'll show you how to do a water check right now. But, so this is the water filter, the primary carbon tank first. Then we have a secondary. Why? Because if this one fails,
Okay.
Backup.
we have a backup, right? So let's say a PCT comes in and checks the water and the result is more than what
The standard.
we can have, right? Then the next step, the very first step after that is what they tell you to do is recheck. So make sure that you're checking that your result is accurate, because maybe it's a false positive, right?
Okay.
So you retest. Once you retest it and it's still higher than normal, then you have to come and check the secondary carbon. So it says right here, secondary chlorine sample. This one is the primary chlorine sample.
Right?
We only check that one. We only check that one if this one fails. So if this one, we come and check the water is normal, the result is low, then we're fine. We keep on our day. So we come and check, and it's more than our regular result, then we check again. If it's still high, then we check the secondary carbon check. And this one, what we call this is a breakthrough, chlorine breakthrough. Again,